the current workforce that we have, so think about not just HNTB, but in the country, is at risk because the baby boomers are retiring, and retiring quickly. It will take them years to replace that institutional knowledge. 40 to 50% of the current transportation workforce will be eligible to retire in the next 5 to 15 years. We have to be deliberately developing our workforce to be prepared for what the future, the fast approaching future will demand. So what does that look like? As you think about autonomous vehicles and automated vehicles, there are positions and roles that will change significantly. I shared this in my organization the other day. I said engineers will have to engineer differently. Planners will have to plan differently. Construction personnel will have to construct differently. A lot of things will change with the technology. So let me give you an example of some of the positions that will change. Taxi drivers. We have to train them differently, right? Because in the future, taxis will be, most people will be using the livery car service, if you will, the Ubers and Lyfts and that kind of technology, that kind of service. IT professionals. Why are IT professionals going to be needed more in the future? Because the technology needs will change, and we will need more data analysts to take the data and analyze it and allow us to make better decisions going forward. Cybersecurity professionals, we will need more. I mean, you hear what's happening in the political arena right now with the news these days of infiltration, if you will, you know, interfering with elections and things like that. There are a lot of cybersecurity professionals that will be needed. Land developers. We'll need folks that will be developed and trained to look at how do we develop lands to accommodate the needs that we have from a transportation perspective. Teachers. We'll need to be preparing our workforce of the future, and they are a key and important element of this. It takes a village, if you will. So the whole ecosystem of trucking and moving transit and transport, that whole logistics element, that ecosystem will require a new set of skills that will be needed. So we have to work with each other to ensure that we are developing the workforce of the future as well. I think it's important for us to look at our organization and determine that what we need are individuals that are confident, that are situationally adaptable, that they can change, they can go with the flow of change, that they are critical and innovative thinkers, so that we can bring to our clients that innovative technology. Someone who has self-awareness and really knows where their strengths and their areas of opportunity are. Integrity. Someone who has integrity. Those are the soft skills, if you will, that you don't really can put your arms around, if you will, but are important in what we look for in all of our people. Trust. A genuine sense of caring for growing others. So even interns that come into our organization, we look for those leadership skills. Always thinking about the what if. So we ask our young professionals, if you will, in our organization, operate with a curious mind. Think about what you need, how the part of the project that you are working with, how does that relate to what comes before and what comes after?
So today I want to talk about the 10 steps. The 10 steps on how we can learn, and some of the things are already proven. We just have to collaborate between academia and the logistics community to make sure that we're moving forwards to this with a process. Step 1, transforming how our students for their logistics career. Hybrid classes. Some of this information is from those 53 interns that came back to me and said, I said, what would you change? How could you get more benefits from academia and what you've learned by being an intern and now having a career? They said, how about more hybrid classes? How about where I go in on Monday and then the rest of the week I go to the workplace? So let's go to step 2. I like calling this the intentional student. So we deem these students, these interns, driven, positive disruptors. They need to disrupt. They need to be positive and disrupt, and they need to be driven. Network, network, network. Do we teach our students to network, network, network? Interview, interview, interview. Learn how to interview. But do our students have really a career map? Do they map things out? In their education, their self-development, is there a timeline? Oh, by the way, a lot of these students here are from this university and from Cal State, the other Cal States, all DPDs. They're driven positive disruptors. So here's the pathway map. You enter a school, that's your, as you can see, academic milestone. Join a club and map it out. How do I get here, and how long is it going to take me? Help teach a class, mentor, right? Volunteer in the community. I'm talking be intentional about volunteering. So a rubber band, not used, is just a rubber band. When you stretch it, it has purpose. How about financial disciplines? How about they're coming out of school with financial debt? That some of it's not needed because you know what? I go to Starbucks every day, that's $5. I go out for lunch, that's $12. So that's $17. I multiply that by 5 days, I multiply that by 52 weeks. What can you do with that money? Step 10, career mapping. Once you get in an organization, what does that look like? What job am I in today? How do I master that job and plan out to get that next position?
So we're transforming the diesel technician. With the change in technology, we're transforming the terminology of diesel. It's now a clean image. It's technical and it's complex. So the technician of years ago has to make a change. They have no choice. It was mentioned earlier about technicians in the facility retiring. They're just ready to go. They've been 20 years in the industry as a diesel mechanic. The new wave of technicians or diesel technicians are coming in, and they still need that mentor, as was mentioned earlier. So the next generation of professionals will need a new skill set to adapt to the technical advancements. So the diesel mechanic is now a heavy medium duty truck technician. Okay? They have a very strong background in multiplexing, electrical diagnostics, electrical theory, specialists in your field, which review shows the electric vehicle will enter the market by 2020, but there are very few mentions of demand of electric vehicle skills across California. Over the past 12 months, just 23,000 posted. So, why do you think that is? It's possible the employers are training their existing workforce. Employers have not demonstrated at job posting that they are seeking additional electric vehicle workers in the past 12 months. They're not putting the effort into going out in the industry and finding employees. They're doing everything from in-house. And with that, again, the comments of people are retiring, they're getting 20 years, they're ready to get out. That's not filling the void by hiring inside. So they're not going outside to look for it.
As organizations transform and change, so must its people. As organizations strive to be relevant, so must its people. Competency research, insight strategies, our own research, based on what we know to be true about what creates success in an organization towards the future. Anybody read the book Mindset? If you haven't, it's excellent. And distilling it down to 2 points, people either have a growth mindset or a fixed mindset, right? You got the growth mindset, goes with the flow, positive outlook. We learn from our difficulties and change and move depending on that. Fixed mindset, it's the way things are. One of the things that we look for when we're hiring people in our organization, are they coachable? Do they like to learn? Do they have that learnability? Adaptability comes with learning, that fertile mind, curiosity. Did you talk about the curiosity, Yvonne, right? Curiosity, coachability. Teach the other stuff.